Can you believe it's been 30 years since this came out? Well, you better believe it. What you gonna do when they come for you? I think you know what that means. Let me bring to you a solo re-review of the one, the only Bad Boys. Yo man, this is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a solo re-review of the 1995 buddy cop action comedy flick Bad Boys, released by Columbia, directed by Michael Bay in his feature directorial debut, produced by Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer, starring Martin Lawrence and Will Smith as the titular characters, who are two Miami narcotics detectives who are investigating $100 million worth of stolen packs of heroin and must also protect a woman from an international drug dealer after she witnessed a key murder. The film was released on this day, April 7th, 1995. Henceforth, today is the 30th anniversary of this film. It got mixed reviews though, but still it got to become a big hit. Lifelong friends Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett are devoted Miami police narcotics detectives investigating $100 million of seized mafia heroin, their biggest career bust, which was stolen from a secure police vault. Internal Affairs suspect that it was an inside job and threatens to shut down the entire department unless they recover the drugs within 72 hours. Mike asks one of his informants, an ex girlfriend Maxine Max Logan, to look for people who are newly rich and therefore suspects. She gets herself and her best friend Julie Mott hired as escorts by Eddie Dominguez, a crooked former cop. The party is soon interrupted by Dominguez's French drug kingpin boss Fouché and his henchmen Casper, Ferguson, and Noah to further cover his tracks because of the slip up. One of Fouché's henchmen killed Dominguez and Fouché kills Max. While Julie manages to escape, the madam who hired Julie and Max is disposed of by Noah, who then knocks out Mike as he investigates Max's death. Frantically calling the police, Julie insists on talking only to Mike, who is following up on a lead with the madam. Knowing she never met Mike, Captain Conrad Howard forces Marcus to impersonate him to talk to her. At her apartment, Marcus and Julie are attacked by some of Fouché's henchmen, one of whom Marcus kills. When they rendezvous with Mike, Marcus and Mike have to impersonate each other, with Mike living at the Burnett residence while Marcus stays with Julie at Mike's. They struggle to keep up the charade in Julie's presence, and she soon begins to suspect the truth. Looking through mugshots, Julie identifies Noah as one of the henchmen. The partners go to Club Hell, one of Noah's known hangouts, and she falls unbeknownst to them. After being spotted, Marcus knocks Casper unconscious during a bathroom fight, and Julie tries to kill Fouché, but Marcus stops her. In the ensuing car chase, Mike kills Noah, and the three manage to get away but are caught on camera by a news helicopter. The ensuing report is later seen by Marcus's family, who were told he was temporarily reassigned to Cleveland. Mike and Marcus meet their old informant, Jojo, and learn about the location of the chemist who was cutting the stolen drugs. The three return to Mike's apartment, where Marcus's wife Teresa confronting them and confirms Julie's suspicion they have been impersonating each other. Fouché and his gang show up and kidnap Julie. Mike and Marcus's department is shut down by Internal Affairs. Despite being reassigned, Howard delays the order, giving Mike and Marcus more time to solve the case. They access Dominguez's private police database profile and learn that the police secretary, Francine, is his former girlfriend. She was being blackmailed by Fouché and Dominguez after they took nude photos of her, threatening to post them at her kid's school. All right, now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to sub this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below at once. If you've seen this movie already, as I count down now, please continue once this is over. Okay, you've been warned. Mike and Marcus and Detective Sanchez and Ruiz head to the Miami Opalaca Executive Airport. During a fierce shootout, they kill Fouché's remaining henchmen, including Casper and Ferguson, and rescue Julie. They chase a fleeing Fouché and force his car into a concrete barrier. As he tries to flee, Mike pulls his sidearm on him and commands him to freeze while Marcus tells Mike that Fouché is not worth killing. Mike instead shoots him in the leg and closes in on him, takes his gun away, and then pauses before attempting to arrest him at gunpoint. After a tense conversation with Marcus while chasing Fouché, Fouché surreptitiously draws a gun but is shot to death by Mike after seeing the sunlight reflection of Fouché's gun flash across Marcus's face before he can kill Marcus. Yeah, Mike did what he had to. And thus he avenged Max's death. Exhausted, Marcus leaves Julie with Mike handcuffing them to each other and heads home, eager to be reunited with his family in the end. End of story. So, what did I think of Bad Boys? Well, since I've seen it a few times, I am going to say this is a pretty good buddy cop action packed comedy. I mean, this was the next big type of buddy cop thing to come since Lethal Weapon. I've got to say, it's a fun filled thrill ride of an action comedy. Anyway, the film did pretty well when it opened, being out even a Goofy movie and Tommy Boy, which came out at the same time. The film became a big success, going on to make 141 million worldwide against its 19 to 23 million dollar budget. Anyway, although unfortunately, the film did better international overseas with 75 million, while it made 65 million in North America. Rare achievement. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, sometimes overseas does better than North America, but well, let's not jump to any, Currently, the film sits at 43% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying that the film stars of Smith and Lawrence have enjoyable chemistry. Unfortunately, director Michael Bay too often drowns it out with set pieces and explosions in place of an actual story. That may be, but still, it was fun. Metacritic has a score of 41, while CinemaScore gave this an A score. Most of the criticisms focused on the fact that despite the production of the film and the ability of the stars, the script did not diverge from the generic plot of a buddy cop genre film, instead opting for repeated use of formulaic scenes. Well, that's completely understandable, yes. But, however, this was really something. This was, well, one of Will Smith's first ever big flicks in my view before he went on to do Independence Day the following year. Anyway, Roger Ebert said in his video review on At the Movies, note that despite the highly energetic approach of the two lead actors and the visual style of the film, their acting talents were mostly new wine and old balls, and he illustrated that many of the elements featured in the film included both the plot and characters had been recycled from other films, particularly those from the Lethal Weapon and Beverly Hills Cop series. Recurrent stock characters, police detective cliches, and overlong action scenes. Well, that's understandable. But Gene Siskel also kind of had lost interest in the film after its introduction due to the very formulaic approach and repeated Ebert's criticism and stuff like that. But nevertheless, that was long ago. I still think this is a pretty cool film and has great characters. Mark Mancina does the score for the film, and it's pretty cool. It also did get a soundtrack released on Well, what was I? I'm trying to check my sources. Well, for a new label for Sony called Work, the Work Group, that is, which unfortunately closed 4 years later. But anyway, eventually they did pretty well, going platinum in the US, and eventually had several hits and what have you. It did pretty well on the Billboard 200, reaching number 26. So anyway, yeah, I say it had some pretty good tunage and what have you. Well, I will say the story's pretty good. While it is kind of in a way similar to other buddy cop flicks like Beverly Hills Cop or even Lethal Weapon, I will say Bad Boys is still pretty cool. For our cast, we have Martin Lawrence playing the role of Marcus. Pretty good and what have you, as of course he was already big on the hit sitcom Martin. As for Mike, he's played by Will Smith, who of course was already fresh after doing his little work on, well, as part of DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and he was still big on his sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel Air at the time. Tea Leoni played Julie. She wasn't too bad. Cheque Cario played Fouché. Not bad. Teresa Randall played Teresa. Joe Pantoliano played Captain Howard. He was pretty good. Mark Helgenberger, pre CSI, played Captain Allison Sinclair. Not bad. Nestor Serrano played Detective Sanchez. And Julio Oscar Machoso played Detective Ruiz. Anyway, there's others and what have you. Michael Imperioli, who actually later went on to star on The Sopranos, played JoJo. And well, there were many others and what have you. So you gotta admit the cast is pretty good and what have you, and I gotta give them credit for that. So with everything said, Bad Boys isn't as bad as the critics say it is. I mean, if you're into films like Lethal Weapon or Beverly Hills Cop, then I'd say you'll feel right at home with Bad Boys. This film's worth looking into. This film made it a big franchise. It wouldn't get a sequel until 7 years later, which I will do a solo re-review later on, since I originally did back-to-back reviews of this film and its sequel years back. But that's the reason why I want to re-review the original for its anniversary. Now I will review Bad Boys, do a re-review solely of Bad Boys 2 later on down the road. I think solely that's not really a word, is it? No. Sorry. Sometimes I can't seem to help what I'm saying. But soon they managed to make a big comeback in the 2020s, though, with Bad Boys for Life, and then more recently, last year's Bad Boys Ride or Die, which both of them were even big successes. So, with everything said, Bad Boys is worth looking into, and I think you'll really enjoy it and get a good laugh from maybe some scenes, but mostly you'll get some good action though. But you get both comedy and action. Enough said. So, what did you think of Bad Boys? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow, and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel, give them to know me. May they like to be a part of my Big D Nation, and share my vid with your friends if you'd like. Join me next time when I bring to you another mini reviews vid, where I'll be talking about Cuckoo, Never Let Go, and Heretic. So if you like this, check out my reviews of these other buddy cop flicks. And these are two I just talked about. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the original Beverly Hills Cop from 1984. The upper right-hand corner is my review of the original Lethal Weapon from 1987. Or if you like some more Bad Boys, check out my spoiler-free review of last year's Bad Boys Ride or Die in 2024. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.